This is Canarsie, Rockaway Parkway. The next stop on this Brooklyn-bound podcast is Last Stop on the L. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Last Stop on the L is proudly sponsored by Dulce Amore Couture, premium couture accessory line, specializing in jewelry and watches featuring the handcrafted Amore collection. Based in New York City, but not limited to, you can meet Miss Yeezy Smith on Facebook / Dulce Amore Couture or Instagram Dulce Amore Couture or visit the website dulceamoreCouture.bigcartel.com.
It's your boy Juice, a.k.a. The Juice is Loose. Studio 231 is located in the beautiful and trendy Lower East Side of Manhattan with studio rates and full studio setup. If you'd like to record with me at Studio 231, you can reach me at juice-cannon.com or Twitter at juicecannon.
Step your beard game up.
So okay, we just coming on slander that y'all didn't hear, which is cool because I don't want any podcast beef right now. Got to get on first, then we beef. Anyway, It's your boy Danny Ocean, DNYOCION, and we back.
It's your boy Chris from Highbridge.
What up, Chris? It's your boy Mayhem Mike. Find me at YFR Mayhem on Twitter. I haven't said that in a minute. Damn.
Facts.
It's your boy Juice Cannon, man, a.k.a. Sin Until I'm Winning, a.k.a. Juice is Loose.
Trapping in Manhattan.
Right?
Go check out that video. It's just fire. Shout out to your videographer. Shout out to your boy Dice. Came here to get these bars off. And we have a special guest in the studio who's trying to be all secret. I don't know why. I guess we're going to call her Secret. That's your tag for today. Secret. What's good, Secret? You good?
Yo, Secret been rocking with us for a minute. Thank you for coming, Secret. I'll bring you a shirt next time.
Yo, we're going to get into it. I want to talk about a serious topic, but I got to talk about what everybody else is talking about. Chicken. Oh, my God. Yo, we've had a week of chicken Black America, we need to talk, okay? The next time somebody says some chicken joke about black folks, I ain't going to say shit. You know why? Because we got the record. We got receipts.
You know what's crazy?
What?
Twitter brought up the Boondocks and how they predicted this would happen.
Yes.
How you mad at chicken?
Well, I was caught up in the wave mentally. I haven't gone and purchased yet because in the back of my mind, I was like, something about this is wrong. And then I rewatched Undercover Brother.
Oh. That was a good movie. Solid.
And Black Dynamite.
Dynamite.
You know what's my favorite scene of that movie? When he, oh my God, who was the white woman in that movie? She was a chick from American Pie, right?
Yeah. Sister, girl.
I
remember that.
Like, he just got some, and then when his coworkers realized it, like, you just had sex with a white woman. And then one of the black coworkers goes, was it everything I dreamed? And they start giving it fives, and then like the black woman walks into the office and like, how could you?
Actual legit actions.
You ever see that movie?
Secret.
Oh, you need to. It's dumb. It's dumb as shit. It's not deep. It's just funny.
It is.
So has anyone tried Popeye's new chicken?
No.
Yes. Yes. I'm the only one here?
Yeah.
Hold on.
First of all,
let me show you my black card. And then let me show you my diet card.
First of all, Juice, I need to know how you got this sandwich because I saw Quavo selling it for $1,000 off the back of his car. $1,000 a bag. Yo,
Yo, 12 if it's hot.
So I was on Rogers and Atlantic, if those streets cross. Yeah, Rogers and Atlantic, and then the drive-through was mad long, and the inside the store, like, the line was coming out.
Seriously,
like, wrapped around.
I thought that shit was just like a fucking meme.
Nah, man, it was real. So you know me, man. I had to cut the line. So what I did was, I took my bike. Yeah. And I cut the car line. Yeah. I ain't gonna front. Somebody behind me was bitching. Yeah. But yeah, I went up there and then I got it. And then I did something nice. I didn't tell anyone yet, but y'all the first to know. I got a bum the sandwich too. He said, bro, I'm hungry. Like, I don't even want the money. Yeah. I said, get my man a sandwich too. Yeah. So yeah, I had the crispy and I had the classic. Yeah. Personally, to me, it's okay. It's not something that. This is 3 days later. I'm not itching. I'm not like.
Gotcha. For all those that don't know, Juice is the type of dude that we have when there's problems. For instance, when you watch his music video and you see how well tailored and cinematography it is, realize he didn't have a permit for that. I mean, so I heard. Allegedly. That's true. Allegedly. I'm gonna just say this: he made things work. All right. Yo, honest talk. I think you should have been on the Bad Boy team. Real talk. Yeah, I can see you doing that. All right.
Listen, the memes, the videos, like the pictures too, when they had like light skin on Viv and dark skin on Viv, and they're like,
you see the one with Shannon Sharp too?
Yo,
yeah, that was funny.
I can't, bro.
Shannon Sharp's like, why y'all always doing this to me?
Then the Chick-fil-A dude that did the skit with the Chick-fil-A drivers going up to the
RDC World, yeah. Yo, chicken.
There's been videos where workers have been like, we don't have any more, stop coming.
People got into fights.
Yeah.
People have been
fights.
Listen,
yeah.
If you scrapping for chicken in a Popeyes on behalf of Malcolm X, nigga.
He's a whole nigga. Like every single letter in that phrase you embody.
That dude jumped through the drive-thru window to fight over a chicken sandwich.
But wait, he got slumped. How you fight for it and then lose?
You initiate it and lose.
They said chicken give you the itis.
I'm done with you.
Listen, let me tell you this right now. Let me tell you. If I'm getting paid $15 an hour to sling chicken sandwiches to you ungrateful bastards, and you jump through to give me, I'm working through all my shit in that moment, okay? I'll hit you for shit you ain't even do. Never pick up your shit after yourself. Just
your staff mates in the back. Get one in for me. Get one in for me. Got me here working a double.
Train is never on time.
Fucking IRS ridiculous rates.
Yo, did y'all see the meme of the lady sitting outside?
Yes, Miss Gladys.
Gladys. Oh my God. Yo, they talked about this is the best Popeye's timeout ever, and she just did like this.
Somebody had her, and there's a picture of her. And then there's a side-by-side with Michael Jordan. The flu game. Yes. That's put in a better performance. You see this picture? There's a picture of this black woman on her shift at Popeyes, and she just looks tired. And she's just sitting there minding her business. Someone took a picture on that, and Black Twitter just turned into a field day. No, you don't see her face. She just looks tired. So people have just been making memes about that, and that shit is...
the best.
It's chicken, man.
It's the best.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Yo, real talk. Real talk. Black Twitter needs a fund, like a GoFundMe fund for the hilarity.
And look, people
don't use that.
People don't even realize Popeyes made $24 million already.
Yeah.
There's $24 million in free promotion.
Wow. Yeah. Y'all owe Black Twitter some money. Yeah. Facts.
Yo, you know what's so funny?
I'm starting a Wakanda fund.
I didn't have Chick-fil-A's until like 2 years ago. And I remember, like, I was in a room, they were serving Chick-fil-A at an event I was, and Chick-fil-A was catering. And they're like, I literally just said, I never had Chick-fil-A. And when I tell you the whole fucking room turned on me, I was just like, what do you mean you never had Chick-fil-A? I'm like, there's like literally 2 or 3 in the entire city. I'm like, have y'all ever had Shake Shack? They're like, no, all right, then get the fuck off my back.
That's a staple, bro.
Shit.
Ain't never had Shake Shack.
The last time I got that reaction was for Cracker Barrel. First time I went to Cracker Barrel, I was like, what is this? A Cracker Barrel?
I've never been. I don't think I've ever seen one of them shits. Really? Fuck? Like, I don't think I've ever seen one.
I think it was in Maryland we went, me and my boy, we just took a random road trip. We went to Cracker Barrel because we met up with this girl that we knew. And she was like, yeah, you go to Cracker Barrel, whatever. First of all, I was alarmed because the portions of food that everybody was like, yo.
7 portions.
Whoa.
Woo! That's why I fuck with Waffle House. That's why I fuck with Waffle House.
Damn, really?
I like Waffle House. Listen, I know they racist, okay? I get it. But damn, that breakfast be hitting. I'm sorry.
Why can't we have conflict?
I'm sorry. Okay.
Bro.
Look. I'm not in the South that often. I kid you not. Anytime I'm past Mason-Dixon line, the first thing I do is drop my shit off, pull out the GVS, where the fuck's the closest Waffle House. And y'all don't tell the truth, because you can check my Facebook. I legit be tagging myself. In this bitch again.
I just have a question.
Facts.
I have grits with sugar or salt?
See, this is where I become a foreign black, because I'm just like, nah. just across the board, nah.
Never had grits?
No, I have.
What, sugar or salt? Like,
Nah. I don't want grits.
It depends.
Wait.
I don't
like,
Do you eat
right
porridge?
now, there's...
I like cream of wheat.
What's the difference?
It's the texture. I can't. The graininess. I can't.
Who made your grits?
It was Waffle House. Anyway.
They make that shit, that's the problem. Your bar is set so goddamn low. They make that shit with water. What's wrong with you?
We ain't never getting sponsored. Yo, real talk, we ain't never getting sponsored. We was supposed to have Golden Crust. They fucked up.
First of all, they was selling real cheese, and I ain't never letting that shit go. That shit said CHEEZ. I said, that is not how you say that word. What is this?
First of all,
We ain't never
put
getting
whiz
sponsored.
behind that. That's the best cheese you ever had in your life.
Okay, sir, no.
Nachos is a lifetime experience. I don't know what you're talking about. That shit done changed the game.
No.
Several times in my life.
First of all, this is our food critic and our food snob. I don't know why you're going back and forth with him. Remember Goat Curry?
Yeah, true. His palate is too refined to understand the basics
Remember
of humanity.
that goat story I told about the winery?
Yeah.
Weren't you there?
Secret?
Yeah, she was there.
Secret was there.
They legit looked at me like, you thought they selling goat hair? I'm like, why would they not sell it?
Goat cheese.
Like, y'all thinking that shit, like, that's a weird request.
Like, you want the byproduct, not the animal?
Oh my God.
The falsehoods.
Oh my God. By the way, I'm not big on chicken sandwiches, but now that Popeye's got one, I can eat it without feeling bad. Because they like, you buy into a Chick-fil-A, it tastes good. They're like, damn, y'all really hate gay people though. Like, like, it's serious.
Listen,
So you're just
bro.
like, damn. And then the last time I was in, one dude looked at me, he was just like, have a blessed day. I'm like, you don't know me. Like, that's the New Yorker reaction to be like, you don't know me. Fuck is this?
I experienced Chick-fil-A's core audience when I went to Annapolis, bro.
Oh, word?
Oh, 100%. Because I walked in there. I just so happened to be driving to Maryland. I'm like, oh, there's a Chick-fil-A? Oh, snap. I need to get this peach milkshake. It's seasonal. Let me get it in there. I'm like, yo, Sage, I'll call you back. Hopped out the car, walked in. Not nary a black person in sight.
Yikes.
Except for the one black chick at the register.
I knew it.
Bro, when I walked in, everybody turned and looked at me. Black, bald-headed, bearded, and walking into a Chick-fil-A. Everything stopped. And I just seen it, and I was like,
Send in the
looking,
sniper
scanning
monkeys.
for faces. Scanning for faces. I saw Shorty at the register. I made a beeline. I'm like, yo, sis. She was like, how can I help you, brother? I'm like,
Nice.
All right, yo, listen, I
Yo,
got peach milkshake. Meet
When
me
I'm
over
in
here.
situations like that, I have like a list. I go down mentally to see if I should be here. I'm like, they know black people. Are there Dominicans here? Are there Puerto Ricans? Okay, are there Mexicans here? Okay, is there anyone not of European ancestry in this room?
Yo, it's 2019 and we're still doing this. Like,
Bruh.
does anybody still get like kind of anxiety when you go in the back of a store? When you go in the back of a store, let's say you're looking for a drink or whatever, because that's generally where they have the drinks out, and you just start looking around like, let me make sure my hands.
Oh, I just raised my shit up, straight up. I'd be like in the back, how much for this? I know the price. I can see it. I need you to see this.
Right, I paid for it. Yeah.
A transaction will happen at the end of this cruise.
Facts. 2 mirrors, a whole camera system.
just like,
Nah, how much is this?
All right, thank you.
You ever do all that and walk to the front and you just so happen to look behind you at the 42-inch screen hanging off the ceiling and realize all the cameras are up and big?
Facts.
And like, oh, so that's where I was walking?
Facts.
You just so happen to follow me here? Nice job, Poppy. That was real smooth.
You know what? You know what? I haven't had experience in a long time. I haven't been followed in a minute.
Really?
Dead serious.
That happened to me last week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In the car? Maybe I don't shop as much. I went to Macy's maybe about 2 weeks ago. The most I get, hi, where is this look? Do I look like I work here? I got a whole insert job shirt uniform right now. You know what I'm saying?
Macy's?
Yeah.
Nah, you just black.
Yeah.
That's,
Yo, nah,
that's
but
the uniform.
but I do understand to a certain degree. because I had to do a delivery there for the job that I have now.
Yeah.
On the security booth, when you come into the loading dock, it has the amount of merchandise that they lose quarterly, semi-annually,
Loss
and
prevention.
annually. Bro, when I'm talking about like almost $30 million a year in merchandise gone from that one location in Herald Square.
Yeah.
Damn! 30 million. And guess what the top of the list is?
What?
Polo.
Yeah.
Polo. And right behind that, Ralph Lauren stuff. And right behind that, Purple Label. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't. I
we
mean,
know
put
what's
my
happening.
Burrow on blast, but that's definitely some Brooklyn cats. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. Yo, they will catch a case for a polo rugby. You know it.
And it was male and female too. It was like the male polo, female polo. Just the distinction. Like, no, they're not going for just
Remember
every
back
old
in
thing.
the day, there was a gang based on stealing polo.
Yes.
The Lowlifes.
You serious?
Yeah, you never heard of the Lowlifes?
No, bro.
Brooklyn
The
gets it
Lowlifes
in.
were a Brooklyn gang.
First of all,
sorry,
that's a first strike.
sir.
My
Okay,
brother, I'm not gonna
they
come
might
feed you
deny
shit.
them being a gang. They might call themselves a crew. Whatever. Y'all are robbing cats. They were known for rocking polo. That's why they got the name Lowlifes, because they were straight Ralph Lauren out. And they used to mob people. Essentially, that was their thing. Once you see them, it's already too late. That was the problem. But so that's when you said polo. I was just like, damn, that's some Brooklyn cats.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got polo underwear on right now, so yes. Yeah.
You know, normally I make the
Listen,
joke
yeah.
that nobody's gonna rob your underwear, but the way white America is, they just turn it over. Yeah.
Did we talk about that study? You ever talked about that study?
What?
With the underwear, people don't change it for more than a week. Some people go more than a week without changing it.
Oh,
No,
nah.
I'm not talking
Psych
about
ward.
that.
Put them in there. Psych ward. Immediately.
It was 40+% of people.
You are got.
It was 40%.
Disgusting.
You a whole lot.
40%.
Disgusting.
It was 22% women.
Yep. That's what I was getting ready to tell you.
That's
How?
a lie.
You
That
are-
cannot be true.
You a
Yo.
whole lot.
Listen, if you got issues with the survey, talk to the survey people, okay? I'm just reporting these numbers that disturb the shit out of me.
Wash your ass. Also, wash your legs
Wait. With a rag.
with a rag or a loofah, something.
Any more
Listen, hold
details
on.
on
Listen.
that survey? Like city, states? I just need to know who I'm talking to.
Middle America.
Right? Right? I just need to know.
You know what?
City?
Right?
All y'all trash.
So my question is because when I heard that survey number, my first thought was like, so are y'all going like a week without bathing? Or are y'all bathing and putting this back? What's happening here?
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening? Because either way, it's nasty. But I feel one of those is nastier than the other. Because if you take a shower, you're like, I got this on for like 4 days. I'll go back in this. I'm sorry, sir.
Hey.
Sir.
Sir.
I'm gonna keep it funky. No
No pun intended.
First of all, if I was a woman, there's this whole thing called a discharge I gotta worry about. You can't ever wear that underwear for like another week until you hand wash it because
And hang it in the shower.
and hang it in the shower. Because if you put it in the washing machine, it shrink it and destroy your whole shit. As I learned. Second of all, I'm a man. I literally have three categories of underwear: new underwear, the usual, the just in case. The just in case is when I went too long without doing laundry. Right? Mixture of boxer briefs. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I'm wearing the same underwear. When I get to just in case, I messed up laundry the next day.
Right.
And mind you, I got like 20. I got like 20
Yeah,
of
I
them.
got
You know
about
what I'm
20.
saying?
Yeah, that's my number two.
It's been
I got 20.
to the point where I take 2 showers a day and I'll change
Every time.
my boxes
Yeah.
twice a day. That means I gotta expedite my laundry process.
Yeah.
Where are you at that swamp nuts is not a thing?
Yo, I was just thinking about that. You're
It's
sitting in the chair.
summertime out here, bro. If I smell sweat on me, forget BO. If I smell my own sweat because I've been
Facts.
working hard, I'm like, you know what? I smell like outside. You know what outside smell like?
Oh, yeah.
So
we in
first
New
of all,
York.
black people are the only people that have invented a whole new set called outside.
Piss. Hallways, subways. It don't matter. Just piss. Like, goddamn.
Is that Union Square on you, bro? No, sir.
I know you went to. I was about to shit on your neighbor. I know you went to the Bronx.
Hey, listen, bro. Listen. Hey,
Listen.
shit get reckless sometimes.
I have to say, as a New Yorker, our outside smell is a lot different from other cities. Because you go to other places, like, damn, they know piss smell? Like, Wait, other cities just be like, not pissing outside? Is that what we do?
Why is air so light?
Yo, the subway don't look like it's peeling off. The train coming on time. The fuck am I?
There's no gum on the subway floor in DC.
Yo,
What is that?
Son.
Like, there's no black spots? I'm looking, like, vigorously
Son.
for something to be wrong. And I'm like, nah, y'all
Next
really
you gonna
don't.
tell me they don't have gum on the floor in the movie theaters.
I'm pretty sure they don't, bro.
I'm out. This is my Mayhem Mike. I'm out.
I'm pretty sure they don't. Like,
Yo.
this morning dew.
Yo, R.I.P. Speaking of sticky floors, R.I.P. Kings Plaza Theater.
Woo!
I used to be a movie going experience.
Hold on. The original one was Avenue L. Don't you shit on their name.
No. Listen.
Avenue L movie theaters.
You want to know a legendary movie theater?
Right.
This is the movie theater where Casanova grew up, and I used to go as a child. I went 2 times and said, "Yo, moms, we're not doing this again." It was by Church in Flatbush.
Yes.
Juice don't talking about Flatbush dudes.
Right.
That shit was hood as fuck.
Oh,
It was.
the one they changed it to a church and then an event center back to a church
Models.
again?
Yeah. Listen.
It burned down first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insurance money.
Let me tell you about being a little kid, seeing a double feature for like $6. First of all, bring those days back.
Facts.
Anyway, I'm like, yo, I need to go to the bathroom. As little kids do in the middle of a movie. My mom was just like, I pay for this. I'm not. You can go take yourself to the bathroom. I'm like, I wasn't asking you, but whatever. So I go to the movie, and this is how I know this ain't the place I'm supposed to be. I walk in this bitch, and there's crime scene tape around the urinal. And you're like, oh, maybe something was broke. Nah, somebody got in the bathroom a week before. And I'm just sitting there, and dude walks in like, fucking tape, they still didn't move this shit? Can you believe this? I'm like, the murder or the tape? Like, what are we talking about right now?
There's another one called Linden Boulevard, Linden Movieplex, which is right across the street from the Pink
PJs,
Houses.
yeah.
I heard they're rehabilitated. I believe they removed it recently, but they have what we like to call metal protectors. So before you get your ticket, you get scanned.
Oh, hell yeah, you need to get scanned going into that bitch.
Yeah, I've been there once.
But they got a great movie.
You mad at the end and you popping at the screen? What kind of shit is this?
Niggas was airing shit out.
Cats was
Y'all
straight up.
niggas different,
In
Welcome to Brooklyn.
the church one, I remember me and my moms, we watching a movie. It was a terrible movie, by the way. Do y'all remember this movie? Dennis Rodman and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh.
In a buddy action thriller.
Don't.
Oh, it was fucking terrible. Anyway.
Don't judge my childhood.
Hey, as a
like
kid,
that
I thought it
movie.
was dope. As an adult,
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly. I was about to say that was lit. I remember I had fond memories of that movie.
I'm watching it. We having a
I
good
hate
time
y'all.
watching it. Homie in the front row just straight starts blowing down. And I was like, damn. And I was like, yo, I can't believe he's smoking. And I'm like, shh. Okay? Like, listen, immigrants don't necessarily understand their surroundings. I knew where we were at. I'm like, I'm in the back of my mind, even though I'm like 10. I'm like, yeah, he got other things that can light us up too. You better keep quiet. Let this shit go. Enjoy your second hand. Move on with your day. Shit. There used to be like mad people in a movie. Yo, never go there on opening weekend.
Of course not.
Because half the seats, had people in that bitch with you, didn't pay.
Facts. They came from another movie theater.
Oh no, they just walked in.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to understand where we were in Brooklyn at that time. Hey, listen, them kids was from around that neighborhood. They gotta leave here, okay? So when the hood come in, yo, I'm coming in. All right. And the manager like, you don't stop him? You don't stop him?
No, that's true, because at Linden, they used to open emergency
You
exit
stop?
door.
Fuck outta here.
The alarm wouldn't go off. But you get a seat.
Shit.
Sorry.
Anyway, that movie theater was classic, legendary. That neighbor's being gentrified. I'm not mad at that. I'm sorry. In that one case, I'm like, I'm not mad at that.
Gentrified the movie theaters.
I know what he's talking about. Yeah.
You're like, damn, we need a quality of life around that movie.
It is directly across the street from the projects. Like, just literally, like,
Facts.
that's their movie theaters.
That's why I used to go to KP. I thought I was doing something big with my life.
No, you're not.
Like, you know, when you're in the city, you're just like, I'm going far. I'm going to King's Plaza. Motherfucker.
Damn.
Do you know KP?
No.
Okay.
Bro, that's the other side of the world.
The farthest he's been that I geologically graphed him at through stories was Pink Houses.
Yeah.
Linden.
That's the other side of the world. And that's like, it got to be a direct reason
The 3
for me
run
to
over
be
there.
out there.
The 3 run over there so you can transfer to the 3 from the 2.
Nah, I ain't trying to hang out Pink Houses.
For celebration purposes,
Yeah.
the farthest I would go to actually enjoy a movie
Yeah.
would be Kips Bay. That's about as far as it was going. I wasn't even going down like 14th Street. That was too far, bro. Because then you get the LES dudes and the Brooklyn dudes that actually think they know stuff, and they go down to Union Square. I'm like, you know what? I'm not.
I ain't
going
go for y'all. Every now and again, you find yourself a cheap restaurant and
I'm not doing it.
Every Canarsie dude, we going out tonight. We going far. I'm taking you to Union Square, girl. She'll see the world.
and like you feel the vibe. Like you walk through like, yo, why are you looking at me like that?
Can I put Young Bloods on game? Can I put Young Bloods on game? Yo, Young Bloods, if you listen to this, right? And if you got a little money to spend, you on a nice day, you want to treat her out, take her to the cafeteria. It's reasonably priced, and the mood is great.
Nice.
Union Square cafeteria?
Yes.
I've heard.
You've never been.
Nope.
Stay away. It's not for you.
You know who I'm with, Sage. She ain't with that shit. Anything with a cafeteria outside of where
it's not going to happen.
That's not happening. But the mood is dope. The mood is dope. It's generally full right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially summertime. Good luck. But in the wintertime, you know what I'm saying? You got a nice little shorty. You want to take her out for a little bit. Nice little lounge downstairs. You know, you can row the boat. You know, sing down the plane probably. You know what I'm saying? And then dapping her sheets later. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
So my question is this for chicks who drive the boat?
Oh. Ooh. Well, chicks who drive the boat ain't trying to hear that. They probably giving their own suggestion, to be real with you.
Copy.
Interesting.
Unless they really just want to go meet up for drinks.
Though I'm with you, Chris, though, because when I was, to this day, if I'm like, someone's like above 42nd Street, I'm like, where you at? Like, what is that?
Bro,
like, what is that? Hold up, I can see Central Park now. Fuck this, we far.
Like, if you was really trying to be some diggy, bro, you go to like 59th Street, Lincoln Center. They got the nice thing. It's white people around there.
Yeah.
Like,
4750 Rockefeller Center area.
Like, I'm about to go live it up in Midtown.
That's a check you gotta.
Yeah, nah.
That's a check you gotta send off for a little bit.
That's an in and out, bro. I'm out of there.
Yo, the first time I went to the Upper East Side, I was like, this shit's weird as fuck.
The same bus, right where we gotta go.
Were you Park Avenue or like where?
I can't even remember where I was because I'm just like, because the Upper East Side is weird. Because if you're in Brooklyn and it's like, there's a lot of apartment block neighborhoods, so that's not that weird. But like to be surrounded by apartment blocks and everybody rich, that's different.
Yeah, now you see all them doormans and then
and they mad friendly. How you doing, sir?
They fully garbed.
Hey,
like I know you, bro.
But you
how you doing?
Depends. I forget if it's on the east or the west side, but they make more money. One side makes more money. Yeah,
why?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a thing.
Because I feel like if you were a doorman like around the holidays, that's when you cake. Because the tipping season comes in.
Doormans and porters.
Son, if I'm in some building I know got billionaires and you ain't at least giving me 100, your package is coming late. Fuck out of here.
100 every time. Every time.
Oh, man, am I? Oh, well.
I haven't seen my package in 3 days, Danny. Well, what I got to do me? I don't work for FedEx. What the fuck?
I didn't see that 100 you gave Danny.
Right. I knew it was from FedEx. I didn't say that. I said I don't work for FedEx.
Yo, you know, like a year or two ago, I used to work for Parcel, so they would make the delivery guys go in the back of the building.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the service
so
entrance.
slave stuff.
The service entrance. They don't want to see you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Don't come through the lobby. That's for common folk,
right?
Yo, I actually got sent to the back of the building once when I was a kid because this,
yeah, of course,
right? And it was so funny. That's the only time it's ever happened to me, and the person that sent me was also black. So even asked me a question. I literally stepped up to the counter to tell them where I was going. Service entrance to the left. Keep going. I was like, wasn't asking. Like, and I try to do it again. No, I have a question. She said service entrance to the left. Keep going. I was like, not here to deliver anything. Here for a meeting. And it's just like, she literally paused. Really? I was like,
wow. If he own people.
Can you check your racism for once?
That's the only time it's ever happened to me. It was a black woman. Now that shit bothers me to this day. I was mad about it. Actually, you know what's funny? It was when I was a teenager, and I was actually going to an event with Vanna.
Wow.
I was just like, oh. Anyway, speaking of niggas, let's talk about the NFL. So, big news is Jay-Z announced a deal. They're framing it as a partnership. Damon Dash is saying he just got a job. They ain't gonna be bitter till the end of time. And you know what? I get it. I'm not mad at him for that. People like he needs to move on. If you stole hundreds of millions from me, I'd be bitter. So here's what happened. Jay-Z and Rock Nation, his company, Rock Nation is it's a very diverse management company, record label, and media company. They have signed a deal with the NFL to basically be the NFL's chief content creator, essentially, right? They're going to be selecting artists to perform at NFL events, which will probably be Rock Nation artists that they manage. They're going to be selecting songs to be played during NFL events and live broadcasts, again, probably Rock Nation artists. And they're going to be picking the artists for the Super Bowl, which will probably not be Rock Nation artists because you need, like, they have a few, but, like, you need other big talent as well. And there's supposed to be some sort of vague underlying assumption of social justice movement or something along those lines. That part of it is completely unclear. The business nature of the deal is very clear. The social justice element of it is unclear. And it just seems to be a way for the NFL, in my opinion, to deflect from the Colin Kaepernick controversy. So what happens is basically now that you've hired Jay-Z, who publicly critiqued the NFL for their treatment of Colin Kaepernick, publicly did not want to perform in the Super Bowl, tried to dissuade others from doing it, and he's now in charge. First of all, that's so fucked. That's so fucked for you to do that, to tell Travis and JD to not do it just so you can get the bag the next year for picking. Son, that's so snaky. That's so snaky.
But is it, though?
No, it is, but it's Jay-Z. Like, I'm not, listen, this isn't a criticism. Jay-Z's always been who he is. He's never not once been who he is.
Listen. Show you how to move in a room full of vultures. Industry shady and need to be taken over.
Yes, by another shady person.
This man's been moving
yes.
with social justice shit before Kaepernick took his stance.
I understand that.
I'm just saying, let it play out.
It's hard to call that.
You're absolutely right. It should let it play out. So he still has a chance to absolutely prove me wrong. I encourage him to prove me wrong. Like, I would love to be wrong, but you know what I think it is? I think this is nothing but a PR stunt. Not for him, for the NFL. I think this is now that Jay-Z, who's so publicly used his weight and influence to try to support Colin Kaepernick, is behind this deal and has publicly said we're beyond kneeling. Or another statement from the press conference when he said, even if the NFL is insincere about their deal, we're still going to get something done. That tells me that whether the social justice stuff gets off is irrelevant. It's irrelevant, right?
It is.
Like, it's solely irrelevant to Jay-Z, right?
Like
so he definitely has a chance to prove me wrong, but if he doesn't, I got to shout out Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell is one of the most hated commissioners in all professional sports, right? Because he does a lot of shit that's just so insane, right? He's allowed to have a monopoly. In case y'all didn't know, the NFL is a monopoly. Mm-hmm. It used to also be a non-profit. Just think, dwell on that shit for a second, right? He arbitrarily suspends players for rules they didn't agree to. He's a judge, jury, executioner. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's a.
So if we're talking about room full of vultures, hey,
he is the vulture.
He's and the owners hated him because the Patriots famously lost their quarterback for 4 games for Deflategate, and he took money in draft picks from them. So Bob Kraft, who was the one that put the deal together, lost money because of Hobie. And you know what? Bob Kraft couldn't get him fired because the other owners are like, we still make it too much. So if Goodell can pull bully moves on billionaires, he knows what he's doing. And in this scenario, he's absolutely won this conversation for this moment. Here's why. No one ain't asking him shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about Jay-Z.
Yep.
Shout out to him.
Listen.
He won. That deflection game?
This is
Billy Rock out this bitch.
Basically what he did was, I can't be racist. I have black friends.
Yeah.
But you can't win a war only on one side. That's my main argument with people. Like, you can't just take a stance and then just say, okay, we're going to not do this or not do that. Yeah. What are you going to do? Because there has to be another side to this. You got to split and divide.
But that's my argument, too, because what Kaepernick did bring about change. There's the, oh my God, I want to say it's the Players Coalition. That is the social justice arm of the NFL. Josh Norman and another player. It wasn't highly reported.
Eric Reed?
No, it wasn't Eric Reed. It was another player. They're part of the Players Coalition. They actually bailed out an undocumented immigrant 2 weeks ago because he had publicly criticized ICE, and they spited him for doing that. They actually literally told him, we're going to set your bail at $50,000 to see if you have any friends that could pay that for you. That's what they told him as they were putting him into the cell. Players Coalition did pay that for him, right? The reason the Players Coalition exists was because of players pushing back against the ownership about the NFL's lack of real commitment to social justice. Like when I'll give you an example. The NFL does like every year they do like a pink, everything's pink. The uniforms, the gloves,
breast cancer
to raise
awareness.
breast cancer. And it was like 1% of proceeds went to breast cancer. What the fuck is that? So they basically call them out like, you're talking about all this social change, but we can point out your initiatives currently and be like, this is absolute bullshit. Like, you're not doing anything. And that's how the Players Coalition got formed. The issue with Kaepernick now is that players are still doing coalition stuff. Eric Reed, for example, Kenny Stills, they're doing stuff in their community. This is a labor issue. You're getting blackballed for a political opinion. There's no NFL rule that requires you to stand for the national anthem. Mm-hmm. There is no federal law that requires you to stand for the national anthem. He was doing this in silence, minding his business. They asked him questions about it. He answered those questions. And as a result of that, he was wrongfully terminated. People talk about, he signed the settlement deal with the NFL. That means everything's okay. No, that's a deal that you do when you're filed with a grievance. You owe me money.
Yep.
You need to pay me money that I owe. That's not me saying everything's okay. This is like, I need to live. You stole my livelihood from me. Give me that shit back, right? That's exactly what that settlement means. It doesn't mean I don't want to play in the NFL. There have been people, I'll give you an example. There's a police officer right now. He's actually good friends with Sean King. He got promoted to detective last year. I just told you there's a police officer that's good friends with Sean King. Anyone think that's a little odd? He's a social justice cop that talks about the reforms. They try to put him on, they try to reduce his hours and overtime. They try to put him on more dangerous shifts. They started hitting a lot of critical assessments of his policing without any real evidence. They were basically trying to push him out because he wasn't pushing the official line of police work conduct, right? Mm-hmm. He signed a settlement deal with the NYPD. Does that mean he's okay with them?
No.
Nope.
And he came back to work and is still doing his job. Because his goal wasn't to stop doing his job, was to do his job and then some. That was it. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, and that's exactly what happened to Kaepernick. He's doing the and then some, but he's doing the and then some, but the job got taken away. And to me, that's an issue. That is an issue of itself because when I know Jay-Z didn't mean this way when he says beyond kneeling because he's saying exactly the thing that you're doing, but it came across as like when you say you're beyond kneeling, you never knelt. Right. He literally rocked the shirt for clout. Let's call it what it is. Yeah. He's done things in the community, but then he rocked the shirt for clout, said, I don't need you, you need me, and then discouraged people from doing this, and then becomes the guy that does it. That, to me, rings, I know he says he has a bigger plan, and we have time for that, but on the face of that shit looks shady as shit.
Also,
and it goes in with whose character is in terms of capitalist. Yeah.
I was going to say, the deal, this is not something that just came about. I think it was in a year.
Yeah.
Right? It was
they've been talking about this in, January or some shit?
Yeah.
Come on. This isn't like the shit with Meek Mill when it's like billionaires getting behind prison reform.
Or we could talk about Barclays. How he was sided with the Barclays and how it was supposed to bring affordable housing. And
that shit never came about.
That never came about.
The issue with this is we're hitting the time period when there's no way for me to say this without just saying it. Like, there's a point when you get money where your race and your gender stop becoming relevant to you, and your class is the number one thing that defines you, right? And I'll use the example of Bob Johnson, a.k.a. Robert Johnson, who's the founder of BET. Mm-hmm. The man literally founded an entire TV network to put positive black images on TV. Then he got the bag, and BET became what it became. Everyone knows, right? We make fun of BET. They're trying to be better now. But for a while there, they were playing Read a Book unironically. Remember that song?
Yes. Oh, wow.
That was unironically getting played. Okay? Watch a video after this, Secret. Trust me. It's trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. He went from that guy, got the billionaire bag, to now saying Trump's good.
Wow.
Standing next to him. Talking about all the positive things Trump has done for the black community.
Although Jay hasn't done it, we're fearful that he's going to go down that route.
You know, to me, this feels like Kanye's Confederate flag. This feels like that first step. This isn't like slavery is a choice. This is like that,
golden hair.
And people keep saying like he's doing nice stuff. I'm like, the Koch brother guy, he gave $400 million to charity. He was still a piece of shit. Yeah. Like, what does that mean? Like, that doesn't make you not a piece of shit.
Tax write-off. Tax write-off.
So that's my concern, Chris. You're right. Yo, I would love for him to prove me wrong. I encourage him to prove me wrong.
Please.
But, yo, that shit...
Look shady as shit.
On the surface, bro.
That shit looking shady.
I agree. I just want to give the nigga time. He's earned it.
You're right. That's what I'm saying.
That's the main thing. Like, a lot of people that be coming at me with that and they're pissed. I'm like, bro, where's the man steered you wrong thus far? It's in this arena. Where's he steered you wrong thus far? And then, like you said, he wore the jersey for clout. Cool. It also brought awareness. Wasn't part of the proceeds for Kaepernick's jersey going towards something? When Jay-Z made niggas wear button-ups, what happened? He made niggas drink yellow bottles, what happened? If he puts on a Kaepernick jersey, what happens? He's not just a regular dude that just, I got money. He's an influencer at the core of it.
I'm not going to give him the one for the awareness part because people already know who Kaepernick is.
This is true. But for those who didn't, they know who Jay-Z is.
Fair enough, but I can't think of people who listen to Jay-Z and not know who Kaepernick is.
I'm just saying, he's crossing lines.
The problem...
He's allowed to get the benefit of the doubt. I'm just saying this is the part where rap me ends, and this is where political me ends. The political me begins. And political me is like, you are asking me to believe the words of a billionaires who, whether the outcome is positive or negative, is going to be rich. And I'm just like, political me is just like, that's a big ask, bro. I hope they prove me wrong, though. Yo, I encourage you to prove me wrong.
My thing is, I can't go yay or nay with it. Only thing I can control is I don't watch the NFL.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't do it. I'm not going to put energy and money toward it. Like, I saw who got drafted. Hooray for you, black guys. Feed your family. Do what you got to do. I can't knock your hustle. You spent your whole life dedicated to this one thing, and you finally got it.
Right.
Other than that, I can't fuck with it.
Yeah, I haven't watched NFL in 2 years.
Whether Hove's involved or not, I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to be watching to see what he does. And if shit just so happens to turn around, who knows? I don't know. Like me and Juice were talking about it. This might be a leg in toward ownership. Yes. He's in that realm now. He's in that circle. He's cool with Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft is one of the main dudes besides Jerry Jones that got the most pull in the NFL. They got the most popular teams. So if you rubbing elbows with this dude and you're coming in within that door, it might open up for the first black owner. Who knows? And who's to say that at some point, if Kaepernick stays on top of his shit, Hov might be like, yo, get him on the team because I own one now.
I don't see that.
Well, due to media takeout, the rumor is that he might sign on with Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's not true.
That's not true? Okay.
CBS Sports was reporting that they did some investigation into the rumor. It's not true. They're not going to give him ownership.
Here's my problem with the whole Hov could possibly setting us up for another thing, right? And I get it. Not every time you got to tell us what you're doing publicly. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Chess, you know that. It's the way he's handling certain interviews, like that interview where they ask him, you know, how he felt about Kaepernick, and what he even said, like they asked him if he had a conversation with Kaepernick, and he lied. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you didn't have to lie, but you could have said something else that would have been like, oh, he's up to something. You understand? Because at this point, it's
I'm not his boss. Ask him. That was his words.
Yikes!
That's defensive as fuck, bro.
And then remember that one point he got stuck on a question. He's like, well, you know what the issue is. What's the issue? What's the issue? He's like, yeah, come on, man. Like we
just
all
say it out loud. Say it out loud. Racism. Also, when people say things to me like, you know, Robert Kraft, I know everyone has an impression of him as that funny white guy that got drunk with Meek Mill on stage, right? I know him as the guy that donated, was it $50 million or $1 million to Trump's inauguration committee? Mm-hmm. That's the mental note I have of him. So I'm like, I know who you are. Right. And people are like, yo, when you get into those rooms, that's the people you're dealing with. 100%. Absolutely. I'm not judging you by your friends, right? Because, you know, like, just because you know somebody doesn't mean that you are the same person. However, if you're asking me to judge you by your friends, because it's like, you know, look who he's working with. I'm like, I know who he's working with. Is that who is supposed to give him credibility? Because that's where political me goes, nah.
See, but then this is also where, like you said, the line divides where he's gonna be rich whether we want him to be or not.
Oh, absolutely.
And decisions where the common man, where we understand things from a political point of view, from a social point of view, or just an economical point of view, it no longer pertains to him in that area, so he has to make totally different decisions.
Absolutely.
Where our base would be like, okay, well, this is either right or wrong. Those lines get blurred past, like you said, that financial mark.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, cool, I understand. One, this is good for business. Two, this is 60 years down the road. I'm not thinking about 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I'm thinking about 25, 30 years from now. I might be the one that got the leg in for this dude to come over here and do this and do that. It's generational shit now. It might not be just me or what you can see or what you'll live to see. I might split this whole league in half.
No, but you see, that's literally my issue. Because when political me comes in on this, it's like, again, I understand what he's doing. I understand that when you're that rich, class is your defining factor. But that's the issue for me. That's the issue. That's the rub. Like, the political me lives in the world in which I think people of means like Jay-Z have too much influence. I'll use an example. Mark Zuckerberg is top 10 richest people in the world. He owns a company that in some parts of the world are the internet. Like, is the internet. And like, what do I mean? Like, if you are a mobile customer in India, Facebook provides internet for free for you. Free, if you get a cell service. But you have to use it through Facebook. So there's some parts of the world that only understand the internet in the context of a Facebook interaction. Mm-hmm. Facebook has been used to foment genocide, rig elections, steal money. He's had no account. There's no account. Nothing's happened to him. There's a compilation of him apologizing for 10 times, literally repeating the same phrase. The buck stop here, the buck stop. And I'm saying, if that's the path that Jay-Z's on, just because he looks like me don't mean shit to me because I'm talking because we're talking about the class thing, right? And if we're doing the class thing, I'll go back to Robert Johnson or I'll go back to Ben Carson, who's not that level, but like, you get what I'm saying? Like, once you class that divide, so I'm just like, that whole, I'm not mad at him for making money. I want to make this clear. If he had just said this deal and didn't mention any shit about cap or any pretension about social justice, I'd have been like, this is still like wild that you're doing this, but this is exactly who you've always been. But the false, that's what's bothering me. That's like,
it's a completely false narrative.
Yeah, like if he just did this, it'd be like, it's a little, but okay, fine. This is how we've always been. You've always talked about the money. You've never been like shy about that. That's who you've been. Whatever. But then like the false narrative, I'm just like, why are you doing this?
But then that's the thing that also tugs at me too. It's like, there's a lot of weight thrown on his shoulders for this.
Yeah.
But nobody expects the actual NFL players to be jobless. Because these dudes still go in and collect millions of dollars in mass. You don't expect them not to have jobs and go work at Pizza Hut or drive for Uber or something. They're physically fit. You expect them to go play football. They're not going to switch sports now because you don't like it. Yeah. So do we expect all these dudes to have dedicated their lives and these kids coming up playing Pop Warner now to change their course of action?
Oh, that's already happened.
Social injustice?
But it's not about social justice because of concussions and long-term brain trauma. That's already happened.
See, that's something totally different.
I don't know. I get what you're saying.
But like, where's the
no? But that's why I was talking about the players' coalition stuff. That's why I'm just like, the social justice angle isn't. This is not the social justice angle. This is give this man a job. That's the problem.
Right.
Like, you're punishing him for something you're trying to steal the thunder of. You're like, we're about social justice.
I think.
Then why does he not have a job?
He agreed to not have a job.
I don't think he did.
Well, none of you guys brought up the fact that Kaepernick turned down 2 teams before he got that settlement too.
No, he didn't turn down 2 teams. There's no offers.
I forgot the name of the team.
They're all rumors. No one called them.
No one actually ever. Okay.
No one called them.
So those rumors.
Colin still trains as if he's like tomorrow he's going to get a phone call.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, and also he celebrated his boy Eric Reed for getting back into the league. But that's the part that rubbed me in my head. I was like, oh, wait, hold up. So, like, I understand you proud for your boy, you happy for your boy. Your boy's back in there. He's not giving up on the fight.
But the point was never to lose his job. This wasn't a protest to lose his job.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing?
No, but that's my
point. Do you not give a fuck about your job and you got the bag now, so you're going to continue with the social justice stuff? Or do you want to be a social justice warrior and still have your job?
Nothing's changed in the NFL. Eric Reed hasn't... The NFL season hasn't started yet. Eric Reed has been drug tested 2,400 times. Randomly.
Yep.
Wow.
Randomly, right? So my issue is, this is the political side of me. This is a labor dispute at this point.
Yeah.
If you're saying that your politics don't affect the person's work performance, what the fuck is that?
Right.
Why is the Dolphins coach trolling his wide receiver at practice? Why are people being told to shut the fuck up about certain issues publicly? If you're now social justice, Where's the consistency? You kick one person out the league, the other person that you kept in the league to make it look like you don't care, you're trying to kick out the league, and everyone that behaves like them, you're doing the same thing. It hasn't moved on. Eric Reed is in the league against their best wishes. Like this week, I don't watch the NFL, but on Twitter they're trying to say he did an illegal hit. He should be suspended for it. He ain't doing no goddamn illegal hit. It's because of who he is. Right. You see what I mean? Like, I don't want to live in a world where someone silently protesting something cost them their job. And people saying like, oh, then everyone's politics. The politics of racism are not the same thing as opposing police brutality. Innocent people getting killed is literally a crime and something that's to be opposed. Yep. If you're just like, I believe white people are a superior race, that's not, fuck you. So that's my issue. Again, I hope Jay-Z proves me wrong. By the way, Solange ducked that question. I don't know if y'all saw TMZ.
Nah.
Y'all need to watch. There's a clip of Solange walking out of this thing at Hollywood, and TMZ asked her, and she hit that Millie Rock so turned right back in. And some white girl was like, leave her alone. But when she raised her arm, she like had Harry Pitts. And the TMZ cameraman's like, whoa, put your arms down. So she went from like this to like, that's not cool. Leave her alone.
I'm gonna have to find that took a turn.
Stop Harry Pitt shaming that
lady. Think about this Jay-Z deal. Whoa, look at those pits.
Hey, listen, bro.
Stop shaming that woman.
And sometimes your professionalism goes out the window when shit just gets real.
Also,
I feel that's where like personal you comes at work, you just leaves like.
It's like, hey, you blocking my shot. What about them pits though? Since we here, Becky.
One step in front of this bullet eye.
I got nothing nice to say. Like, I'm thinking about why would you wear, let's say, Shadow on a dress with those pits? They don't come together. That's not an accessory.
She thought she was only going to be able to flail.
And like lightly. Usually people with hairy pits are just like, yo, I'm hairy. I'm in the natural state. But I don't think she was one of those. I don't think she was caught out there. Because she literally, for the rest of it, you could see her. She put her hands down. She was just like...
time to shave.
Yes.
I understand. I would like to say I'm not judging her, but I would be lying. I'm just going to say I understand.
Clearly, this was ill time.
Oh my god! Anyway, we're going to see what comes of that. What the fuck? We're going to see what comes of that.
Fair. If you are the PR representative of any star, don't you think it's a good time to shave at all times?
But no, so it wasn't Solange. It was just some random white girl defending her.
Oh, just some random?
Not Solange. Solange ducked in. It was like some, either like her staff.
This is a random bet.
Yeah, she just caught a stray for Solange.
Yo, they good for just
it's on her team.
Yo, they are good for catching fades. They have no reason catching fades. I'm gonna just say it like that.
And you didn't get a concert ticket out of that either. It wasn't worth it. She wasn't ready.
No.
Yeah, I think that if you famous, like paparazzi are cool because it shows that you're of note to some level. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you don't want to see them in certain locations, dog. Like there's certain times when paparazzi pop up that you just don't want them to pop up. So
you remember that? Y'all saw that clip when R.I.P. to the King Nipsey when somebody tried to take a picture of him and he definitely like just went into their car, checked their stuff, and was like, "Yo, I'm a rolling 60s Crip. You don't walk up on me. You just die out here for that. You kidding me?" It's like, yeah, don't get caught slipping, bro.
There's a homeless woman that waits around this area where there's a lot of doctors, right? Because a lot of stars use the doctors in the building, and she's finessed the game. You know what she does? Right. When the stars come out, she'll block the paparazzi, and then the star has to tip her. Now, if she just helped distract the cameraman, you're still on camera, and she asks for a tip, can you give her $2?
No.
Mm-hmm. So they always like, you can see it on her face. It's like, what you gonna do? You gonna give me like $1? Come on, man. Just see them pull out like a 50, like, motherfucker.
Yeah, nah.
They gonna make that back.
Shout out to Grandma.
That's called timing and placement. Advertisers get paid millions for that.
Facts. She's like, I'm about to go fuck up some Popeyes chicken sandwiches. Anyway.
Put up some chicken. Put up some chicken, yeah.
Oh, my God. Speaking of finesse, the Amazon's on fire. And you're like, how does that have to do with finesse? Hold on, let me get this off. Let me do this transition, right? See, they trying to finesse the Amazon into farms, but we getting finesse because we can't breathe. That shit's 20% of oxygen.
Why don't people think?
Bro, that's
20%.
That's the Earth's lungs, B.
Facts.
You just took the meanest dab that Mother Earth could right now.
Percent.
I would like to say,
farm.
I am from a country that also has Amazon rainforest, Guyana. Shut up. And we have never. That's not true. We don't destroy our Amazon, okay? And I would like to say it's because of nature conservatism, but it's not. It's because of poverty. That shit costs mad money. Just leave them trees alone.
Facts.
Farming. Man, fuck out of here.
That shit is wild, bro.
I was watching that video.
What, 2 weeks, 3 weeks for social media and everybody to find out about it?
Yo, y'all know I read a lot of news. And when I read it, it's like the Amazon fire. I'm like, damn, when did that fire start? 18 days ago. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And they're like, people thought it was a wildfire. No, it was a purposely set fire.
Yep.
Like one of the presidential cabinet members of Brazil was just like, they're doing the fire on purpose. They know what they're doing. There's a lot of gold and not when you say gold, but it's like a lot of wealth in the Amazon, and we're just getting it out. So in Brazil, conservatives, aka the Republicans of Brazil, view the Amazon as an impediment to development. They view it as an obstruction to them getting more money. So when I say they're lax with environmental policy, listen.
Can we send these niggas out to another fucking planet?
Sniper
Real talk.
monkeys, nigga. I'm with you. Let's start the research now.
Nigga.
Do you know how bad it
got?
got?
White boy crazy enough for it.
Yo, do y'all know how bad it got in the Amazon?
Oh, I know. It covered a whole city in black soot. They couldn't even...
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And
Sao
like
Paulo is the largest city in the Western Hemisphere, and it went pitch dark at 3 p.m.
You saw the city lights.
And just to give you perspective of how bad that is, the closest fire to Sao Paulo was 2,000 miles away. Wow. And it was still pitch black from that.
Bro. Forget all that.
That is insane.
Forget all that. What were they breathing in?
Yeah.
What were they breathing in?
How much wildlife died, bro?
Son, listen.
I mean, the Amazon is always making new wildlife, but a lot.
Nah, but I'm saying, like, there's
A lot.
species
A
that
lot.
we still find to this day that have never been discovered.
I'm gonna let you know something you may not know about me. I'm not a history buff. I'm a freaking Discovery Channel, History Channel, all that shit buff. I watch them all when they come on. They keep talking about how they keep finding new species of plant, wildlife whenever they go into an Amazon. Like, they haven't found anything.
Do you know how deep? Do you know how dense the Amazon jungle is?
Bro.
There are still tribes of people that have no contact with the outside world.
Right.
Like, not like, oh, they haven't seen people in a while. Just like, no. They don't know shit about what we're doing right now. We don't exist in their minds. That's how dense that shit is.
And I was ignorant, and I said it before the podcast started. I thought that maybe they started the wildfire because they just...
The natives are the people that try to protect the land because they understand the value of it.
Yep.
Right.
Because if you live in a place... First of all, think about if you're an indigenous person. You're in a part of the country the government doesn't invest in unless some rich guy wants to build a farm or dig gold to fuck your shit up. So ain't no social services, ain't no infrastructure. How do you survive? It's the forest that provides literally your housing, literally the clothes on your back, and your food. And they just set that shit on fire, right? Like, that's wild, son. Because there's a video of this it's indigenous woman just yelling on Twitter, and because she's like, if you have to understand who the president of Brazil is, his name is Bolsonaro. He is... Y'all think Trump is bad. He's on video telling when he was in Congress, in Brazil's Congress, he's on video on the floor of Brazilian Congress telling a fellow congresswoman that, because he was defending a rapist, and she was like, basically, I could defend a rapist, and he told her, basically, don't have to worry about that, you're too ugly to be raped. So think about if you think that's a comeback, and you got elected president, the type of person you have, right? He don't give a shit about the Amazon. And using indigenous people as the reason why he should protect it, he's a racist. Brazil had the most black people, the most black slaves in the Atlantic slave trade went to Brazil. Mm-hmm. He don't fuck with black people. Of course. Think about that. There are more black people in Brazil than any other part of the world outside Africa. He don't fuck with black people. So you're going to be like, oh, we have to protect the natives? One of the first things he did was he shut down. So there's this international organization a few months ago. They provide free medicine and like some educational services for natives in like parts of the jungle. All the Brazilian government had to do was just basically pay for like the building they're in. That's it. All the other stuff they fundraised for, he cut off the funding. Said it was a waste of money. That was one of the first things he did when he got in office. He don't give a fuck about the Amazon.
What did they call them? Chainsaws and shit like that? I heard somebody said that he self-proclaimed himself something chainsaw.
Yeah, he hates the environment. He thinks it's the enemy. Like,
the environment's the enemy. This is the type of world we live in. The environment is the enemy.
This is when I think I wished like scenes from Wanted were real. So you could just like bang some shit around a building,
bang this shit from a country.
Yo, when people talk like that, you feel like, yo, are you part of the Illuminescence? This sounds like this is like some Marvel villain shit.
Yo,
like I'm trying to bring about the end of the world to purify it or whatever.
Send them to another planet or sniper monkeys. This shit is crazy. The environment,
depopulation is a thing, bro.
Yo,
it really is.
Natural selection doesn't happen too fast. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen fast enough. Real talk. It doesn't happen fast enough.
Oh, by the way, Bolsonaro's son is the Brazilian ambassador to the United States.
Of course he is.
How the fuck?
And you're like, who's Bolsonaro's son? Remember Steve Bannon, the white supremacist that helped Donnie get elected?
Yeah.
They're best friends. Anyway, so that's the world we live in. Let's go into some positive news. Disney just dropped their whole slate of upcoming shows. There's a show called The Mandalorian. As a Star Wars nerd, I'm a little excited about that show. So everyone know who Boba Fett is?
Yes.
You know who Boba Fett. Do you know who Boba Fett is? Know who Boba Fett is?
No, I don't.
Know who Boba Fett is? So Boba Fett is a bounty hunter from the Star Wars universe. He wasn't a big character. He was just like a generic badass.
There you go. He's a badass cowboy. Space cowboy. That's what he is.
And they cloned him to make the Stormtroopers. But anyway, that's just too deep, nerd. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Sense. Along with the midichlorians.
Yeah. So this show is about what happens after the Empire fell. Because we all saw the new movies, which was like the Empire's trying to reemerge. And the original movies is when the Empire was forming and when it fell. This is the moment it falls. And think about any part of history when empires fall. There's chaos. Ain't nobody in charge. If you got guns, fuck it. You got the power. You got the juice now, like Tupac said, right? So he's a bounty hunter in that world. And it's a chance to explore that world through the eyes of someone that ain't got no sign. Jedi, Sith, you give a fuck? You about this check?
Hold on, whose side got the money? Mercenary.
Yeah,
he's a mercenary.
Y'all talking about morality. Fuck out of here. So, who cut the check?
Back in my teenage years when I used to work for Walden Books, that's a throwback for y'all.
Damn.
Wow.
He actually said the whole name.
Walden Books.
Jesus. Remember when you used to have the Scholastic School Fair?
Yes.
And he used to come and show you books? I would always buy books and
Those big ass metal cases you see rolling in, you be like,
yo, you used to get excited. You would gas.
About to get me some erasers. It's going to be lit. You know you wasn't shit if you couldn't walk in there and come out with something. You like, oh, you didn't say send your school no money. You broke.
Agreed.
Facts.
So anyway, when I worked in Walden Books in Kings Palace, back when the African man used to come every third Saturday and steal the black books, you know, true to the game, be more careful.
Oh yeah, I had those.
Yeah,
true to the game. Yeah, I got 1, 2, and 3.
You gotta stay informed, my brother. Feed your third eye.
Right.
So
1, 2, and 3.
What happens is I read a lot, so I picked a section. I would just kind of like breeze through some of the books, and I led it on sci-fi. And of course, Star Wars is like a big thing. Yeah. And like the universe they had before Disney took over was actually pretty big. When Disney took over and they cut all that off, what they did was I think they kept some of the continuity for like the Cartoon Network animated one. Yeah. And then they just doing their own thing. So it's going to be very successful because it has done it without Disney. And to be honest with you, Disney writing has been so bad. R.I.P. Tom Holland, son. R.I.P. to the...
we got to talk about that
shit. So hold on. One of my favorite YouTubers said it himself. He said, yo, let's be real. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man for the time was good, but compared to Tom Holland's trash. He's like, the first one was a classic for sure. The second one was debatable, which I agree. She's trash. And the third one is, we all know is trash. Andrew Garfield one, which is with Jamie Foxx as well. That was trash. The only thing I remember that is Gwen Stacy snapping her neck. That was heartbreaking. Tom Holland was on a roll. Tom Holland was about to be the face of Marvel. And then they like, nah. Y'all asking for too much.
I don't care.
Oh, okay. She said she don't care. All right, cool.
Ma'am, you can leave.
But if I remember the deal,
Tom Holland is a treasure. Fuck you.
if I remember the deal correctly, Disney was covering the cost to make the movie and what they were getting.
No, Sony was.
Sony was covering the cost.
Disney was getting 5%.
5% of the merchandise, and that was it. So this movie's making $1 billion and only getting 5% of the first supposedly weekend sale, the first sale.
Disney's like, we are the finesse gods. We don't get finessed. We are the finesse gods.
Obviously, Marvel's like, yo, let's split this 50-50. Let's do. Sony was like, nah. We've been down this road before.
I understand why Sony doesn't want to split the profits. For one very simple reason. That's their only movie that makes money.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's all they got.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
And it's not like they make okay movies. I mean, Venom is okay. Brightburn was actually pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? But
that's why they left. They think, like, we figured this shit out. We can do what you do. We have intellectual property that people give a fuck about. You've helped them make them care. Thank you.
They're going to have to reboot it. They're going to have to reboot it. We were all excited.
Tom Holland is contractually obligated for at least 2 more movies. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
That's
for
why
Marvel,
he tweeted
not
out.
for necessarily Sony, right?
It's going to be for Sony.
Okay.
Because that was the deal. It was always through Sony. But, when they came to MCU, they helped combine and sign him. But when he was at the Disney Expo this weekend, awkward, to promote the Marvel stuff.
Somebody left the RIP picture with flowers outside the Disney Expo with Tom Holland's
side of town, brother.
Right? Yo, they left the RIP picture.
Somebody get the tumbleweed. Get that shit to rolling. It's going down the west.
As a result of this split, now the question, because some folks are speculating that this is just like a public negotiation. This is just Sony letting Marvel/Disney know this means too much to us for us to let you get half. So you gotta have to lower that fucking number ASAP. Right. We're not giving you half. And the rumor that Disney probably leaked was they weren't asking for half. They were asking for 30%. And Sony, if Sony walking away at 30, they need this money. Straight up. Because 30 seems reasonable to me. And Disney would have co-financed? What the
30% they wildin'.
Marvel will find a way. Marvel will find a way. They cut off the Fantastic Four and X-Men. They killed Wolverine off.
Wow.
But
remember
that is a damn fact.
They did that. They did that. Don't forget that.
Wait, hold on.
They killed him until they were in talks
They
to get
can
him back.
finesse it. Wolverine was cloned. So they probably could finesse Wolverine coming back in a way.
Let me tell you something. If he ain't Wolverine, he ain't Wolverine. Real talk.
Okay,
just like so. I'll give you a great example. If it ain't Juice Cannon, who it ain't? Juice Cannon.
It ain't Juice Cannon.
All right,
All right,
you got it. So here's the problem.
Facts.
If this shit stands, Marvel set up Peter Parker as Tony Stark's replacement.
Right.
He is the biggest name of all the heroes they have left. Think about this.
Fair enough. No, you're right.
Captain America, deuces.
He old.
Tony, he dead.
Captain America's alive. At the
Oh,
end
he's
of
old now.
He's an
old
old
man.
Die
He ain't die. Listen, comics. He comes back. I'm just saying.
Die though?
Listen, if you got a black Captain America, he might as well be
He
dead.
ain't died. He's an old man. He lived his life. He passed it on to Falcon, which I'm hearing. Hold on. I'm hearing that Captain Falcon actually doesn't become Captain America. He's some BS.
There is
BS.
Yeah.
I understand he was going to give it up anyway, but at least let him have a season. Give him a goddamn season.
Yeah.
Let that racism hit us. Let that racism hit us.
I'm all for black excellence, but it should have been the white guy. It should have been Bucky.
Change that whole shield.
It should have been Bucky.
That shit should have had a black hand, black power on it. On the inside, at least.
That's like when Jordan retired and y'all gave it to Kukoc. What are we doing? Pittman is here.
They skipped it. Wow, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Y'all niggas is different.
Anyway, Captain America didn't die. Tony Stark's is dead. They don't have the rights to Bruce Banner.
Thor anymore.
Thor's going to be with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but he's not Thor anymore.
Fair enough.
So, their biggest name is Spider-Man, and the last 2 movies both grossed over $1 billion. So now, if you're the guy that's, in charge of bringing this whole storyline together, you're just like, bruh!
Facts.
Bruh, LeBron just left Cleveland. What the fuck am I supposed to do right now?
Facts. Oh,
again.
So that's why everyone thinks this can stand. They think that Disney has more to lose than Sony does. Sony's like, we have a movie that was critically acclaimed featuring Spider-Man. Into Universe, it's one of the highest ranked Spider-Man movies of all time.
Movie, bro.
Granted, it didn't make $1 billion, but it made us money, which, considering our other shit,
put us in the game.
Lately,
well, they're making a second.
Put us in the game.
They on the come up.
Right,
They having a glow up right now.
And then Venom. Those are their 3 top recent recent films. I'm trying to think of anything else.
And the next one they got coming out with Carnage. So
Yeah.
that's
but
gonna
Disney
be-
announced a bunch of their shows, and the one I'm most excited by is like one of the great things about there being too much TV to watch. Because there is, let's be honest, guys, right?
Yeah.
There's so much shit to watch. Like, we're not all watching this shit. Some people mention a show to me sometimes, and I'm just like, not only do I not know the show, the channel you're mentioning, I have never heard of. Like, like on the what?
Can I just say I don't know any shows on HGTV, but I know some on Lifetime? Yeah.
Wait, you know... No! Not Lifetime, brother.
But as a result of
So
that...
they always killing somebody on. How can I not know, son? Yo, those parents on Lifetime need their own universe. They go through everything.
In America, what American history has taught me is when you're out of options, call the person of color. Okay? And that's exactly what's happening with Marvel. We are out of shit. Okay? So as a result of that, they're making a Miss Marvel TV series. And I want you to think about this series. Miss Marvel is supposed to be like the strongest female hero, right?
In the universe, yeah.
Technically, she's there. She's like top 10. She's not
Okay,
the
fair
strongest.
enough. She's a top 10.
But I will
Okay.
agree that she's the top strongest in the MCU universe.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's the strongest female character in the MCU universe, and they're going to make a TV show about her, but they're going to use the new one, not the original white woman. So they're going to have a teen Muslim from New Jersey as one of the most powerful mutants in America as a TV show movie budget status.
I think she's in the car.
That's where we at right now.
Wow.
That's where we at right now.
Yes.
Also, Black Panther coming out in
In 2020, May
He
6th.
came back. Yeah.
Coogler's
May
coming
6th.
back.
Yes.
I'm gonna say this right
Muhammad
now.
Ali.
I can already guess the script. I already know what the script is.
What?
There's a rebellion in Wakanda. There's gonna be some Wakandans that are like, Killmonger has some good points here. Like,
They heard the last stop on the L
what
show.
are we?
They heard the episode.
What are we doing? Why are we giving them our technology? Fuck that.
Who's Storm? Why is she here?
She's contractually not obligated, but still.
Oh, Korea getting fades. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
So that's gonna be dope. I'm excited about it, though. The fact that Disney owns enough stuff that they can generate this much content on their own is terrifying, yeah.
Yeah, they've monopolized it. They've been doing it, though.
But think about it. They have
You know what
the
I need from
entire
Disney,
Star
though?
Wars universe.
You know what I need to monopolize more on?
What?
Black princesses. I need some more.
Yeah.
I need at least 3
I
more.
agree.
You mean Ariel?
My man, hit me with that. Hit me with that.
Speaking of the princesses, though, they got some trouble.
Uh-oh.
So you know Mulan live action's coming out, right?
Yes.
Right.
And this is their big play to the largest market in the world.
Right.
And their lead star nearly fucked up their whole bag.
What happened?
Because y'all know about the protests in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
The
Yo,
lead
that shit is
star
crazy.
came out against the protesters.
No.
Wait, against them?
Against them.
She's on the road.
So, like, the first...
She didn't come out against them. She just came out pro.
As far as the Hong Kong protesters are concerned, she came out against them. So boycott Mulan is now a thing.
Of
Disney
course.
must have been like, all you had to do was wait till after it hit theaters.
All you had to do is show
Now.
up.
Wow. Don't.
Listen,
Police.
I'm going to be real with you.
That's $1 billion bag.
Before I even knew what it was about, I saw the videos and I was for the protesters. I was like, yo, how you treat that lady like that, yo?
Yeah.
Bro.
And they was protesting like a motherfucker. That's inspirational protesting.
Son.
Like when them French motherfuckers was shooting piss all over government buildings, that's the type of protesting level that you
Wow.
should be
Facts.
on.
Legendary.
And I was like,
Facts.
okay,
Legendary.
they did that. Oh shit, y'all doing this? Y'all walked in ready for the tear gas and busting up windows?
You know why I love watching protests in foreign countries? Because I know the police aren't going to shoot them down if it's in a relatively democratic society, right? In third world countries, no, you're getting murdered. But in like a Hong Kong or a France, the cop ain't going to shoot you. You know that.
Right.
He knows that. So that means if you really want to get into it, we going to scrap.
gonna fight.
Cops,
Keep that in
they
mind.
started off as like, all right, everybody get together. And now they're looking like NYPD out here.
Facts.
They're like, you But the protesters are getting smarter because, China has that surveillance technology, right?
Yeah.
They started cutting down the surveillance towers.
Oh, nice.
And they also, when they protest, when they're surveillance towers, they aim laser pointers at the sites. Scan that, bitch.
I appreciate that.
Son.
They protesting in the future.
No, son. Facts. Like, you got all angles covered?
I thought it was revolutionary when they figured out to pick up the tear gas canister. They on some different level with this shit.
Pick it up and throw it right back.
Yeah. Now they got the whole mask on before they hit the subway. So when they're in the subway, you can scan the shit out of me. There ain't no register. There ain't no record of me hopping in this bitch. I ain't scanned a damn thing. I hopped over. Go ahead, scan away, bitch.
like Hybrid said, inspiration.
But yeah, so when Mulan comes out,
Damn, son, I can't believe she said that.
no, but she's smart though.
Okay.
Here's why. Obviously, in the West, it makes for an awkward moment, right? So is she going to be doing Western press if these protests are going on or they get squashed? Hell to the fuck no. But this movie, remember, who was this movie made for?
East.
China. The Chinese government was just like, yeah. So who's getting that red carpet treatment when the movie comes out? Because not all Western movies get accepted into China because of their movie standards. You have someone who's supporting the Communist Party at the head of your movie. People going to be like, Disney, how can you do this? Disney will be like,
You know she's getting a Huawei bag out of this.
Yeah, I mean, China do got billionaires. Like,
She's getting a major endorsement.
she knew what she was doing, son. I was just like,
She better.
You know what?
Damn,
Maybe she was like, you know what, Disney, I like y'all. But these Asian film houses are cutting a way bigger check.
plus if I get big enough, I can start leveraging for royalties. Man, fuck y'all.
Son,
I go on tour with this shit. Go on a nice little tour.
Fuck y'all.
she good across the country.
So yeah. With all due respect to the protesters, she's just like, I don't know. Yeah, I figure that shit out. Ain't my problem. There was some other movie news that got announced there. Something was big. Oh my god, it's slipping my mind right now. Oh god, it was like a bunch of famous black people in it. Jesus Christ. It was the dude from Get Out and some other folks.
Oh, with the time with the uncle and the girl.
No.
Okay, not that one, but that's a
Nah,
movie.
that
Hold
wasn't
on.
it.
I'm gonna point that out. Why you think of this?
Can't remember that shit for the life of me. Anyway,
Don't Let
whatever.
Go. Don't Let Go is the movie from the producers of Us, and pretty much it's this guy who's the uncle of this young girl, and what happens? He's a police officer. He seems to be a detective, and his niece and her family, her mom and dad, get killed. And what happens is he ends up getting a call from his niece in like what appears to be in the future, but I think it's multiverse theory, and she's still alive. So I don't.
He's trying to figure shit out in reverse,
right?
To prevent it from happening,
right? But
I
at the
remember
same,
that
she's, as far as I know from the commercial, she's dead in his universe or his timeline. Whoa. He's just trying to prevent it from happening somewhere else.
Oh, I did see commercial.
Yo, it looks dope. It looks dopey dope. You know I'm a big fan of like multiverse theory and time-space continuum.
Right.
I thought that's what he's talking about. Don't Let Go is the movie. Check it out. I guess we could talk about Raising Dion really quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Raising Dion was a Netflix. It was supposed to be a series that was supposed to come out since 2007. I forget who the original actress was supposed to be for his mom, but Regina. Not Regina King. Was it Regina King? Regina King or Regina Hall? It's one of the Reginas. I'm sorry. Don't kill me on that one. And
was she in Boys in the Hood?
Yes.
That is Regina King.
Okay. So what happened was she was used in a promo as Dion's mom. Mm-hmm. And it came out with Miss Wainwright. Miss Wainwright is the new mom, and everybody's really upset about that because they think that they Fresh Princed her. Mm-hmm. You know, the Aunt Viv. But people forget, first of all, that's not a right analogy. Second of all, people forget Aunt Viv, the original, she wasn't that nice of a person. She wasn't that worth. They all said it. She worked for 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
Hated Will.
They all hated her. That's the crazy part. Yeah. They all hated her, so that's the wrong thing. I think Regina was used for promotion to kind of get it going. It's been 2 years. So if they got the green light, I think they had to reshoot everything. I don't know everything, obviously, but I think they had to reshoot everything with the new mom and get everything going. And, you know, it's been 2 years. Regina got she got other things to do. She got other contracts. It's not like she's an old actress. She don't have anything else to do.
That's a fact.
You know, she's popping. She's doing
Shout
her
out
thing.
to all these black actresses being above 45 and still having that skin tightening routine.
Oh, big news. Remember when I said when you're out of ideals, it's when they call people of color.
Yeah.
Pixar's first black movie is coming up.
What is it? What is it?
It's going to star Jamie Foxx, Felicia Rashad, Daveed Diggs, and Questlove. It's going to be
Jamie
ever
Foxx
wonder
is
where
okay.
your passion, your dreams, and your interests come from? What is it that makes you? Soul takes you on a journey from the streets of New York City to the cosmic realms to discover the answers to life's most important questions. It seems going to be like a afterlife sort of movie, but with black folks.
He was in another movie. Hold on one second.
Well, all right.
So
I want to see where this goes.
And the last one that I have to announce, because y'all know I'll be on my British shit, Top Boy's coming back. Yeah.
Top Boy.
If y'all don't know what Top Boy is, think of The Wire for London. Some straight Cockney accents and gangster shit, though. They don't bust guns. Which,
Drake,
they do
That's what I'm
bust
saying.
guns,
There's a whole
but-
bunch of stabbings.
No,
ain't it?
but they do bust guns. But you're like, this ain't really. I ain't busting guns like this.
It's a whole bunch of 6 shooters.
First of all,
Drizzy pointed them out.
as Americans, we joke about cutting people all the time. Do not make that joke in Europe. That shit's very serious over there.
Yeah, I know.
Castle Rock knife-proof vest. It's real. Anyway. We're going to make a transition. Unless there's anything else y'all want to talk about. Any good shows y'all saw
I
this
was
week?
trying to find that Jamie Foxx
Secret?
movie. just to
Anything
give-
that we should be checking out? Anything?
I wasn't listening.
Any good? Wow.
How are you
She
here?
just-
First
She
of
just
all,
ended
the
her
spite. You
building.
know what? We done. We done. We wrapping up early. Fuck out of here.
Last time with
How you here? How you here?
I feel like I'm out here recording the Black album. Yo, how was that verse? Huh?
Google over there eating popcorn.
Is there any good shows that fans should check out?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that British show. Oh, God, the awkward humor. I can't deal.
Wait, you can't deal with something British?
No, it's the awkward humor. Like, you know those shows that it's like social awkwardness is always a joke? I can't watch those shows. Them shits make me anxious. Just like, I can't.
You feel the tension?
Yeah, just like, fuck. Nah, it's good writing because I feel the tension. It's like, I don't want to be in this spot. Like, I don't want to be feeling the tension. I'm not in this
That's
room.
ASMR on a whole nother level.
Can't deal with those shits. Oh, my God.
I don't have a show. I just have musical mentions. That's all.
Oh, I do have one show for my anime heads, Demon Slayer. If you haven't watched it, it's a show. It's on Crunchyroll. But I think you can. Come on, let's be real here. You can find it on the Hood Internet.
Say it right. Hood
Listen,
release.
There is a Hood Internet. You know how you know it's the Hood Internet? Because you don't visit those sites without protection.
Facts.
You turn on your virus scanner.
Your
You
VPN.
turn on some IP blocking.
Pop-up
Listen,
blockers.
you
Yep.
out here. Before I continue, I've heard. I wouldn't know.
I don't even know what peer-to-peer means.
But is this show? It's gotten really good. Stylistically, it's very different. Tonally, it's very different. And the basic premise of this show is this kid's minding his own Asian business, living his best life in the mountains. Demon comes, kills his family. He saves his sister. She transforms into a demon. He puts a spell on her to keep her from killing people. And he's on a quest to figure out a way to transform her back.
Oh, okay.
So it's him fighting his way back to save his sister, essentially.
You know what that
And
reminds
you
me
think
of?
it's like a generic show where all the demons are evil, but you actually learn the demons' backstories of why they are the way they are. And you're just like, damn, you fucked up. But I get it.
Don't make me understand. Fuck out of here.
No, like, no one says save them, though. It's not like, damn, your life was hard. We gotta say, no, I ain't say all that now. You still gotta die. But I'm just saying, it's fucked up that we got here. Someone should intervene a lot sooner. Like before this moment. Right now, your head needs to go off your body, though.
That reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist, if you heard of that, and Love, Death, and Robots. It was a Netflix series.
Yeah, that show was crazy. That's a crazy ass show.
Never
Side
watched
note,
that?
I just want to let you know, I appreciate you for recommending On My Block because I just finished that.
Good shit,
And I'm waiting
right?
For the next season to come out.
Good shit, right? It might not.
Really? Why are you gonna do that shit to me?
cancel
No, contract negotiations. They're negotiating it as a team, and Netflix don't want to give them the bag. And so you know when stars try to split them up, they're doing the Friends thing. Either we all get the bag, or there's no bags to be had. So
respect
I don't know
that.
what the last word of that was, but as of right now, fuck. It's a good show though, right?
Yeah, son. I was like, oh, niggas got yacked up. What happened? What happened? What's gonna happen? I'm waiting. I'm clicking next episode. There's no next episode.
I mean, there might be.
We got a lot of shows. We still got a lot of shows.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm still waiting for Sage. If you're listening, dear white people, can we finish it? Thank you.
Yo, I finished that.
yeah.
Can we talk about that?
I haven't
Yeah,
watched
go-
it, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. This is my favorite season. First of all, real talk, I don't know if they're going to come out with a 4th season.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too, but I feel like they probably want to conclude everything. 4 years, college, whatever. I'm buying all the DVDs. I'm buying all.
Definitely, that's
I'm
going down.
buying all the DVDs. I'm buying the digital print too, and I'm gonna be like my old grandma. Keep the DVDs in the plastic. Use the digital. All right, don't put your grubby paw prints on my DVD. You know what I'm saying?
Collector's item.
Collectors. I think this is probably one of the best seasons. Here's why. Don't get me wrong. I felt like they kept anteing up every season, like with the whole thing, the second season with Reggie and just the whole first season shock. But this Thursday actually pursues character development. I'm not going to reveal anything. I'm just going to say Sam loses her fire, which is crazy because Sam has always been that leading why we going through this whole series. But she loses the fire and she kind of falls back, which is great because everybody else comes forward and you're like, whoa. There's some great moments. I put one up on my Instagram where Sam is watching a documentary on Shamu and she's learning about what's going on with Disney, not Disney World, SeaWorld, which is crazy.
Big Fish.
Because once again, shout out to these guys these writers that keep finding ways to talk about shit without saying it. They just they let you know because they definitely talked about Bill Cosby. They definitely talked about a whole bunch of sexual assault shit there. And if you don't pay attention, it went over your head. But I caught it. So, there's a scene where Sam is on the bed with her friend Coco. What's her name? What's her roommate's name? Come on.
You got me, bro.
All right, so she's with her roommate.
Oh, that dark-skinned chick?
Yes.
I don't know her name. She's just fine.
Yeah, she is.
She is fine.
I don't know her name.
No. In this season, they emphasize that. There are a lot of shots, and I'm just like, was that their season 2?
Hell yeah.
And I was like, but was it there?
When Homeboy was feeding over a light-skinned chick, I was just like,
oh,
I don't understand.
Yeah, facts.
It's like when Martin used to call Pam ugly. I'm just like,
nah.
What
you got eyes?
Gina got a big-ass head. Tisha Campbell is a legend. And Dome is atrocious.
Real quick. Y'all remember when she got stuck in the headboard?
Of course. That's a classic episode.
We tried to blowtorch that shit up. Goddamn, that's legendary, bro.
Legendary episode.
Anyway, I forgot what I was talking. Oh, the scene is she's crying, whatever, and it's a real life moment because she's watching the Shamu and she's like, oh my god, I'm so ready to change my life. She doesn't realize that her roommate and Reggie are in a fight, and I think about a time where I've been preoccupied. And I turn around and be like, yo, what the hell is going on? I'm gonna excuse myself from this because that is they did so many different things. This is by far, I think, the best season, and I think a lot of people don't feel that way because it didn't go the route that it wanted to. But if you really take a minute and you sit with this, you pay attention to all the characters and then the character development, it's dope. Although Twitter did have me rolling. They were like, it only took 2 seasons for them to find an actual gay campus. And I was like, ooh. Lionel couldn't find his underground until season 3.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I saw about 2 episodes and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So this wasn't on Front Street?
Yeah.
On Front Street. Everybody knows.
But at the same time, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I didn't go to college, so
no, I'm just talking about
for me.
in theory,
I don't know, bro. There's a whole side of town dedicated to that shit.
We know what
college side. That's not unrelated, though. I just think college is fun. They talk about the debt and the studying, but college is also fun.
Yeah,
parties and
random moments you could talk about.
First of all, I didn't even party that much in college, and I still had fun. So if my boring ass can have fun. Just don't wake up in the bushes like I saw some people.
I was the reverse.
I'm being literal when I say that. I've literally seen the dude passed out in the bushes, this drunk giant. Have you seen a white kid? I'm over there. Thanks. Lifts his man up, throws him over his shoulder like Lex Luger. Thanks. And just walks off with him. I'm just like, that's a good friend, but also that's disturbing. Because I feel that's not the first time this shit happened. He just looks mad calm about it.
Oh, you're that friend. All right, cool.
Jeff just be blacking out in the bushes. That's just what Jeff do.
My college life was different.
I imagine them now with kids trying to have a conversation like Jeff trying to lecture his kids. Drinking is bad. You telling me?
Have you seen all your pictures before you got married?
He's not that dad. I can tell you that much. He's like, so you want a drink? All right.
Nah,
go grab a 6-pack.
He's gonna make you regret it.
Some parents give the impression about their kids about people that they weren't as kids. They live that life of their chastity until their friends just blow up in front of their kids. Just like I never did as a kid, and their friend is sitting there silently like,
My father.
excuse me?
That is my father. That is my father. He is a deacon. You hear me?
Oh.
If I go to Alabama and my uncle get a couple drinks in him, it's over for my father. He be like, yo, you don't sure about what my father be like, shut the hell up. What's wrong with you? They call my Uncle Cat. He be like, Cat, shut the hell up. He be like, nigga, you better act like you from around here. I don't know what the hell you think this is. This boy grown. I'm going to tell him all your extra shit. It's like, yeah, lay it out there. You was talking about that shit when I was a teenager, huh, Dad? What's up? Boy, well, I'm different now. You know, I'm saved. Jesus got my life. And I'm working for the Lord. Yeah, all right.
I ain't gonna front.
Tatiana, we gonna worry about that shit later.
I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna blow up Danny Ocean to his kids.
Absolutely. Is there anything else to do?
First of all, sir, I would never lie to my kids unless it's about money. Then I'm broke all the time. Okay. I ain't got
rich
shit
to my children.
I ain't got shit.
You broke.
I feel that.
I got money. You just so happen to know me. I'm the rich parent that you know. You a beneficiary.
Nah, we're taking the
None
same
of this is
approach,
yours.
though. We're taking the same approach, though. You're like, I'm rich. I'm just like, nah, I ain't got it. But, like, we got all this house. I know, that's where it went. That's why I ain't got it for you. Just for this house.
I'm waiting for y'all to turn 18.
Shit, you better get a job. You see, Blue Ivy already had songs out when she was just 6 months? Fuck is you doing?
Hey, listen, they might be going the Willow Smith route.
Don't she? I mean, at this point, she got her own checks, right?
Yeah, I mean, she whipped her hair back and forth and then was like, fuck that.
24th century girl. I'm sorry.
Remember that? Was it Nicki Minaj on that?
I think the remix. I don't know. I didn't listen past the first time.
Yeah. It was a weird moment in hip-hop when, like, an 11-year-old had the hottest song in the clubs.
I mean, she hearkened to every black girl's little childhood for a minute.
The last time that happened was Lil Romeo. Romeo, give me a chance.
Nah. I give it to Lil Bow Wow, too.
Lil Bow Wow.
That Lil Bow Wow.
You just don't know. The way you move, so I already knew it.
Yo, we
I
on
already
one
knew
today.
it.
Hold on.
I already knew that.
There was a dominatrix in that video.
Was there?
Yes. There was a woman in leather and a whip. And I'm just like, what is happening? What happened to this Mickey Mouse chain?
He was hanging with Jermaine Dupri, bro.
This is also true. Jermaine had Janet. Listen, you can say whatever you want about Jermaine. He had Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Okay.
He had Miss Jackson.
Speaking of which, you saw when that fan got to meet her?
Yeah.
And she hugged him? I'd have been like, first of all, ma'am, I'm not going to turn around because I am aroused. Okay?
I need some space. I need some space. Hey, yo, is she,
don't nobody touch
first of all, yo, you know what's crazy? I always thought about this. How does Janet Jackson sound when she's mad, when she's aroused, and just regular? Because I feel like it's all the same, but you just hear the tone. Bro.
I still
really
think about
appreciate
when
it.
she pulls those dudes up on the stage and do
The Velvet Rope Tour? The Velvet...
Every time I think about her mad, I just think of her in that military outfit, just doing like really aggressive choreography. Like I got to a fight.
He lost the dishes.
But that's like Rhythm Nation version of it. That's Rhythm
I'm
Nation.
mad we all broke out. And like,
That's when you know you that one.
Word.
You got grown ass men sitting there fantasizing about you and busting moves.
Like you ain't take out the garbage today.
God bless that woman.
Facts.
You know, okay, one last thing about Janet before we move on. To think about the impact she had on the game when her brother was Michael Jackson.
Yes.
That's a fact.
She had to fight for it.
Think
She
about
had
it.
a whole
Her brother
facet.
was Michael Jackson, and her other brothers were the Jackson 5. And she still came in and just like,
Facts.
oh, y'all thought.
Nah. She knew she was it when she came out as Penny and had niggas going crazy. Every little boy wanted a penny.
By the way, Good Times is such a depressing ass show, boy.
Hey, listen, bro.
Why was it called Good Times? Were they being sarcastic? Because even the song "Temporary Layoffs," Good Times. Wait, what? What?
Good times.
That's why I like the Jeffersons. I'm like, thank you for black folks not struggling on TV. Shit.
I mean, if you want to see the happier side, everybody hates Malcolm. You see them penny pitching, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying not to be laid off.
Oh, you talking about everybody, Chris?
I said Malcolm. I go say Malcolm.
Because I was thinking about Malcolm and Eddie.
There you go.
in Kansas City when they owned the
fucking
bar.
love that show.
Listen, I watched UPN all the time, unapologetically.
Yo, when he
I
did
watched
that shit, when he was
Brandy show.
Prince.
Oh, do they even still have that?
Yes,
What?
they do. You can find that shit all over YouTube.
Yes.
Who's playing Prince?
Eddie Griffin on Malcolm and Eddie. When they couldn't get Prince there, and then he just put the outfit on it. He got on a mic. It was
I gotta watch that episode.
Yo,
1-on-1.
Yo,
Half
damn.
and half.
Oh man, you taking it back?
I watched UPN, brother. Okay, people had jokes. I liked Moesha.
That's a fact.
Fredro Starr was intimidating as shit as her boyfriend.
That was the most timid gangbanger I've ever seen. Because he really got ruled by a chick that was under a curfew.
We gotta ask the question here. Okay,
I didn't watch Moesha.
wasn't Moesha in L.A.?
She was.
Why her gangbanging boyfriend had a clear New York accent? Hey, no one asked that question. Like, you be like, yo, son, yo, shorty. I'm like, wait a minute.
Listen, he came there during high school. He wasn't getting into too much trouble in New York, so his mother sent him to the West Coast.
To the safer West Coast.
Bad idea.
Oh, Secret, did you watch Moesha?
Yes.
What was your favorite? Did you have a favorite character or episode?
No, because I don't remember anything.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna be real with you.
We're not inviting this guest back. When is a Tom Holland? I wasn't paying attention. Who care about Moesha? Not even a Miles. He couldn't just say Miles for shits and giggles. Like
Hakeem.
Oh, Hakeem.
Are these characters on the show?
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big boy man Mike.
I want to call a flag on the play.
Oh my god!
Except for the roughhousing.
Okay, we wrapping up anyway. We're going to get to our last story. It's the story that we've been talking about since the first day we recorded. The president crazy. I mean, he racist, but he also legit cray-cray. Like, legit cray-cray. So, there's been a trade war with China. If you're like, what the flying fuck is a trade war? Number one, we shouldn't be having a trade war. Just before I even explain what that is. It shouldn't be happening. There's an organization called the World Trade Organization. They're terrifying. Read up about them. And they literally exist for one reason. Anyone want to guess what that is?
Trade?
Yes, to avoid trade wars. There's a court. Most countries abide by their rulings. Do some of them finesse the system? Absolutely. But when you have major disputes, that's where you go. You settle it, and we all get this bag together, right? Mm-hmm. Donnie's like, fuck that. I get this bag on my own. Except one problem. You ain't getting no fucking bags, you crazy bastard. Here's what's happened.
Weren't his ties made in China?
Listen, we're not even going to get to that. Listen. Remember how the Trump folks hate, the conservatives hate welfare?
Yes.
Did you know that we're currently paying farmers in Iowa billions of dollars for corn they can't sell? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, they wanted to sell the corn. They had people that were going to buy the corn. And then Trump fucked over their shit. So as of right now, the Midwest used to be one of China's main agricultural supporters. As of right now, China's like, fuck all your agricultural goods. We're going to get it elsewhere. Huh. So literally overnight, your whole business model just went down the toilet because of the guy you voted for. Now we're giving them money. So now people thought that we're getting close to a deal. Do you know why they thought they're getting close to a deal?
Why?
Trump told the president of China if he cracks down on the Hong Kong protesters, he won't say shit if he gets a good trade deal.
Wow, as the president,
he sold them out.
What?
And you're like, is that a big deal? The Hong Kong protesters are using American democracy as like their example of what democracy should look like. They literally sang the national anthem and waved the flag as part of the protest. And the president of that country is just like, yo, if you crush them, as long as our trade deal is good, I don't give a fuck. I would imagine the Chinese premier's face when he said that, like, okay, first of all, that's amazing. Secondly, fuck out of here. I'll do whatever I want. That's number one. As of right now, the talks broke down. China's increased the number of things they're putting tariffs on. Trump has increased the number of things they're putting tariffs on. Trump actually issued a statement where I'm not joking. He said he encourages all companies to stop producing things in China. That's everybody, dog. That's everybody,
including him.
Including him. Like, my son has no exit plan. There is no plan here.
So this is Brexit all over.
Yeah, there is no... The shit's just getting more expensive. There is no out. The Chinese have absolutely no reason to capitulate. They're a bigger market than us. Yes, we have more money, more physical money, But their trade network is bigger.
It's not backed by shit.
Never mind that. He's telling private businesses not to deal with China. You don't get to tell private businesses what to do.
That's secret, y'all. She said she wasn't gonna say that. And then we hit the nerve.
30. We said 30 minutes.
Come on.
Come on,
You got up. She got up.
She's over here now.
She had no energy for Tom Holland, but she got up.
We'll distort your voice.
And now we're at this moment of just like, yo, we haven't felt it as much as consumers yet, but this is unsustainable. We're going to start feeling that shit as the cost of living goes up. Also, it turns out that we're on the verge of a recession.
Oh, this I've been knowing for about 2 years now.
And just so a recession, I try to think of the best way to define a recession. A recession is basically when the economists like to say when the economy corrects itself.
Yes.
That's a very nice way of saying people get fired and businesses go out of and businesses disappear.
Right.
So you're like, how can a recession be happening? Unemployment is really low. Okay, here's the problem. There's actually so capitalism, I know people, listen, what I'm about to say is a very democratic socialist view of the system. Capitalism is a pyramid scheme. There's a lot of people on the bottom supporting very few people on the top, right? So if you get to a moment in which there's actually too low unemployment, too many people have jobs, then work starts to slow down because you need people to take advantage of for capitalism to work. I know I'm giving a biased description. Someone out here is just like, that's not true. I don't give a fuck.
Take me to chest.
What happens is that the jobs that are being created aren't as high paying. Wages haven't gone up. The majority of the money that's been generated in the last few years has gone to the richest people. So even though people are making money, it means nothing to the average guy. And the cost of living for the average guy has actually gone up. Yes. And there's a bunch of economic indicators which I cannot explain effectively. Just Google what the bell curve is and they'll explain it to you. That when those indicators show certain signs, the next thing is a recession. The last recession was in 2008. And one of the ways in which we got out of that recession is by lowering interest rates and printing money. That is no longer an option. The interest rates are already low. We already printed the money. So the Federal Reserve is going to do an interest rate cut, which is a bad sign because they were supposed to raise the interest rate. And you're like, why do I care about interest rates? The value of the dollar can lose value if there's too many dollars in circulation. And one of the ways you counteract that is by raising interest rates. So people hold on to it longer because raising interest rates means it's better to save money because you get more money back, right? But when you lower interest rates, that means it's cheap to borrow money. If it's already cheap to borrow money and a recession hits, you can't make it equal. It's not even a whole percentage point at this point. What's going to be the lower floor? There's no lower.
Y'all niggas voted for him.
Yo, 2020 coming up, man. Change that.
And also on a personal tip, on his anti-immigrant kick, he also said, I know he's just saying it, but the fact that he says it speaks volumes to me, that he's exploring an executive order to get rid of birthright citizenship.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering what is birthright citizenship, if you're born in the United States, you're a citizen. And you're like, why was that invented in the first place? Because of slavery. Because you were in America, but you were property. You weren't a citizen of anywhere. So birthright citizenship by default made everybody born here a citizen. But it also made everyone who's currently being a racist white ancestor citizens too. Your ass came through Ellis Island. That's how your granddaddy got his citizenship because he was born here. It's weird now that folks that look like me and a Latino or an Asian are doing it. All of a sudden, this is a big issue. But he said that was his next proposal. Listen, guys, this guy's crazy. Yes, he's a racist, but this is the sort of stuff he should be impeached for. The economy's about to hit the shitter. There is no backstop. By the way, his response to the recession talk was he threatened the head of the Federal Reserve Bank, which is the main bank for the United States. He hired him. It was his choice. He fired the previous person because she was appointed by Obama. Not because she was bad at her job. She just had the name Obama. So he wanted someone that agrees with him. This guy agrees with him. He's still shitting on him. And that sent the stocks into a dive, which means nothing for regular people. I'm sorry, it doesn't. But when the rich people start losing money, they don't actually lose money. All they need is like, I'm not making as much as I should. So they start cutting off shit for who?
The poor people. Or the employees.
And middle class, yeah. And that's exactly the concern. So, impeach. That's the last thing I'm going to say today. Impeach, 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 impeach. And I want to get to our moment of joy to close out.
Fuck that nigga. No,
My
seriously.
moment of joy is that video Chris sent me. That little girl crossing that man out his shoes and breaking his ankle. Okay?
Literally.
Listen.
My man said, I think it's broken.
And the whole crowd in the court could not care less.
They were
They're like,
slapping his broken ankle.
Yes.
Epically.
First of all,
Shouldn't have been talking shit. Shouldn't have been talking shit.
I support him not going soft on her because she's a girl or a little. If you step on this court, I'm going to block the shot.
Facts. That's how you become better in anything.
But in that same respect, when you get your ankle broken, I'm going to laugh at you too. Like, it's a two-way street.
Yes.
So went down. I'm like, what, you think we were sad about this? You're talking cash shit seconds ago.
Facts.
Those are legendary stories she's going to pass on to her kids. You know, one day I was...
She doesn't have to.
Watch the video. In the end, you see hands give him the ball back. It's her. As she's on the floor, she just gives him back the ball. I can hear her just in my mind. It's her like, your shot. I've been watching that shit over and over again on loop. Who's next?
I'll go next. My moment of joy is basically my Sin Till I Win music video. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to sin a little bit to win. You know, got kicked out. We came back the next week. We didn't get kicked out. It's out now on YouTube.
Guerrilla filmmaking.
You know what I'm saying? Shameless promotion. Don't worry about the statistics and logistics.
What's the album, Juice? Gotta tell them the album.
Oh, yeah. 2 minutes drinking juice, rolling dice out now, man. And I think we almost about to hit 20,000 streams. So.
Straight independent. None of that fake independent
I wanna
shit.
burst.
Where you secretly sign to saying you're independent. Y'all motherfuckers is weird these days.
Mayhem want to do a drop like Dave Chappelle did on T.I. album. All right, my moment of joy is finding out when I went to Afro Punk, I'm a whole motherfucking meal.
My nigga preached that shit.
I was
My nigga preached that shit.
for 10 minutes and found out snack was not on the menu. Niggas was out here
Entree?
hungry. Oh, yeah.
Hors d'oeuvres?
All that. And dessert.
Ooh.
Oh.
But I'm involved.
Isn't that
And
always
my
the
lady
case?
ain't with that. And I don't want no smoke. So, Sage, thank you for telling me. I didn't know. Now I know.
But just to remind you, Vanna, in case you try to start slacking, free agency is out here.
Come on, OG.
love
You trying to get him in trouble. Why are you trying to get him in trouble? I got you, Chris.
Again, this message was not endorsed by Highbridge.
Hybrid, I got you.
We safe out here. And, I love my woman.
Yeah, I feel you. Love your woman.
And I got a queen.
You got a queen. She's
And,
your queen.
yeah, all that.
Oh,
all
speaking
that.
of which, it's coming.
Yes.
Everybody's coming back.
Supposedly. Coming
Coming
to America.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie.
Oh,
Arsenio,
wow.
they're all
Everybody
out
coming
here.
back.
Nice.
All right, what you got, Mike?
My moment of joy is finding out that I'm taking Chris to Curl Fest after you lose all this weight. We're going to be out here thirst trapping.
Bodies built in
Shut off his mic real quick.
Bodies built in winter get a shine in the summer, bro.
You know what
That's all
I'm
I'm saying.
Listen,
My moment of joy actually is this Powerpuff meme. And it said, wait a minute. I always thought the invisible guy in a Powerpuff Girl was just funny because he obviously dressed as a pimp. But only now occurs to me that maybe it's not an invisible dog he has on the leash. Oh!
That's wild.
Y'all remember, what was the
The more you know.
yeah. What was that?
you know
listen.
shows like that as a kid, like just like mad shit that'll go over your head? Cow and Chicken.
Oh.
Because even the theme song lets you know, like, mom had a chicken, mom had a cow, dad was proud, didn't care how. I would. What you fucking mean? She had a chicken.
Shit got crazy around the farm, bro.
Yo, this is that moment where you blow up your friends about their past life. You know, it wasn't that wild. There's a fucking chicken in your house, dog.
Listen, Powerpuff Girls, they had a transgender villain.
Him. It was a devil, though.
It was a man dressed as a woman.
It was a cross-dresser, but it was also the devil. They never said devil.
Yeah.
It was definitely the devil.
Yeah.
It was definitely literally
definitely
Satan.
like,
Yo, Mojo Jojo had to be the most annoying villain of all
but
time.
he was the best, though. He created the Rowdy Rough Boys. Come on, son.
All right, before we get to this. Anyway, it's your boy Daddy Ocean, DWYOCI, and find me on Twitter talking cash shit.
About Agent Orange.
Rex.
About
About
Agent
everything.
Orange, about Dwight Howard resigning with the Lakers, about his, like, Oh, I'm back to finding my phone. No, you ain't.
You know, Ocean had the nerve to talk about possibly having triplets and then getting the wife pregnant again and having triplets, and he tagged me and Juice in his bitch.
I just thought it was a funny
First of
tag.
all, the pull-out method. even with the condom on.
No. There was a guy. He got his girl pregnant. She had triplets.
Yeah.
Then he got her pregnant again. She had another set of
First
triplets.
of all, her vagina ain't tired.
Ain't that crazy?
Her vagina ain't tired. Like 3 whole kids.
Her soul is tired.
Her soul.
Facts.
She said, "We closing up shop, brother."
Facts. They must have really been planning that, and then they get 3 more. Stop at 5.
Oh,
Stop it.
wait, 9?
6.
Okay.
Oh.
But think about this. You got 6 kids, but only 2 faces. I gotta write names down. Some of y'all getting mixed up.
This is fucked up. I'm also
I want to say you're Kamani. No? James? Shit.
Turn around. Let me see the back of your head. Let me see the back of your head.
That's one of them. You know your name, nigga. Stop playing.
You. It'll be like, damn, we haven't hung out in a while. Where were we hanging out yesterday? No, it was James. Yeah, I've been telling you about switching clothes, man. It's a system.
He's supposed to wear blue. You're supposed to wear green. He's supposed to wear red.
Why is it that you remember the dog's name and not mine?
But could you imagine that? You only got her pregnant twice and you got 6 kids.
I stand by what her said.
You know what that's
her
called?
Her vagina ain't tired. That'd have been it. If I was a woman, close up shop. That's it. You got your 3.
Shot percentage. He has a high shot percentage. Curry would be envious right now.
99% from the free throw line.
Put them stats on 2K, bro.
Oh, nah, it's over.
Nah, listen.
Pull out game on non-existent.
Listen, we forming a singing group. Because if y'all want to go to college, one of y'all got to sing or shoot a basketball. I ain't doing this 6 times, especially 3 at a time. Fuck out of here.
Wait a minute. What's the genders? Is it all straight boys or
I think
females
the
or
first
mixed?
set was girls and the second set was boys.
The Emmanuel 6. The Emmanuel 6s.
Well played, sir.
Wow.
Oh, that is... Wow. Do they have like an Instagram or something?
I don't know.
I need to talk to this dude.
All I know is I better not hear no bullying stories.
Right? Oh, yeah.
No, fuck that.
Oh, no.
Talk about getting ran down on.
Listen, I may be coming into the principal's office because somebody said something crazy to Kamani, and the other dude just got double teamed. Right. I'm like, what you going to do about this? I'm going to talk to these kids, get into the car.
Even if they real talk, even if they go to special high schools or whatever, them girls going to run down on whoever. What you said about my little brother?
Yeah.
First of all, having a thug ass older sister is embarrassing because not for the kid. It's just like you don't get beat by a thug ass older girl. Like someone's like, I'm gonna get my brother. I'm gonna get my sister. Yo, what?
Facts.
Then she beat your brother and your ass. Come on, son.
Facts.
3 baby D's.
There's just some girls you just don't mess with. You take the L verbally because physically that's a double.
I was telling about legendary fighter at our school. Remember when you jumped down the stairs?
Yo.
Anyway. We've been trying to wrap up this damn show. Anyway.
You did this.
She ran up the stairs and gave her the fade. She ran up we had like 15 steps.
Mayhem.
15?
Yo, it's your boy Mayhem Mike saying 15 steps. Find me at YF4. And she gave her a beat down the steps. YF4. Mayhem on Twitter.
It's your boy Chris from Highbridge saying, God damn, the cardio must have been amazing.
Yo,
that was a decathlon run. She straight leaped. She did 2 leaps.
I'm
leap
dead.
Down, leap up.
She skipped steps going up, bro.
It's your boy Juice Cannon, a.k.a. the Loose Cannon, man. This is wild. This is running upstairs.
She going for the Olympics.
Shout out to our Sekret.
The last thing I'm going to leave y'all with is 6 kids is a lot, though. Wrap it up, B. Wrap
that shit up, B.
Wrap it up.